Hey, budgeters. Welcome to another episode of Sensible Chat. I'm Sensible Bobby. Thanks for joining me today. I just got a balance transfer offer from a well known credit card company. They say I can have 0% interest on my entire balance for the next 9 months if I sign up today. Now, if you're trying to pay off credit card debt, this sounds pretty great, right? Maybe. But let's read the fine print and do the math just to be sure. The first thing I'm looking for is the fee, which is typically 3 to 5% of your balance. There are some cases where you can find an offer without a fee, but that's pretty rare. Let's say the balance you owe is $3,200 and the transfer fee is 5%. 5% of $3,200 is $160. So they'll transfer the $3,200 to the new account and add $160. Your new balance is $3,360. Now you have 9 months to pay at 0% interest. So if you divide your balance of $3,360 by 9, you'll find that your payment per month is $373.33. Can you do it? Go back to the financial picture we created a few weeks ago to find out where is there wiggle room for you to put more money toward your debt. If you can't do it, is a balance transfer really a good idea? To answer that question, we need to ask some other questions. First, is the interest deferred? If it is, that means they're going to take the 9 months of interest that you didn't pay along the way and plop it into one lump sum when the promotional period is over. Because remember, it was deferred, not canceled. This means not only did you not save any money, but you actually owe more than you did before. Because remember, you paid the balance transfer fee, but you didn't actually pay that fee. It got added onto your balance, which means you owe 9 months of interest for that too. This is risky, and there are offers out there that don't defer the interest. So don't settle for a deferred interest offer. You're better off keeping your debt where it is and paying it off as aggressively as possible. A more common scenario is that if you still have a balance at the end of the promotional period, you'll start paying interest on that going forward. But this could be retroactive as well, which means they could add 9 months of interest on what you still owe. Read the fine print or call the company to find out for sure. Don't stop asking questions until you know exactly what you're signing up for. If you can't pay it off in time, then best case scenario is you start paying interest on your remaining balance once the promotional period is over. So the question is, how does your new interest rate compare to the old one? If it's lower, no harm, no foul, except that you paid a balance transfer fee. But hopefully you paid off enough interest to at least make that worthwhile. In our scenario, it was only about $18 per month. So it's a pretty good bet. If your new interest rate is higher than the old one, you need to consider whether it's worth the risk. You paid a balance transfer fee, and you're going to be paying higher interest rates if you can't pay off the balance by the time the promotional period ends. So, to recap, if you're thinking about a balance transfer offer, you need to consider number one, if you can pay off the entire balance during the promotional period. And number two, if the offer is financially beneficial if you can't pay it off by the end of the promotional period. Some of the questions to ask yourself or the credit card company include: what is the balance transfer fee? Is this a deferred interest offer? What is the interest rate after the promotional period ends? Can I fit a payment in my budget that makes this offer beneficial? Here are some other things to be aware of. First, make sure you can get a large enough line of credit to transfer your balance along with the balance transfer fee. In other words, if your balance is $3,000 and they're only giving you a credit limit of $3,000, you're not going to have room for the balance transfer fee. Second, if you use this card to make new purchases, you could be charged interest on those right away. The promotional interest rate only applies to the balance transfer in many cases. Number three, you still have to make minimum payments even though there's no interest, so don't skip a payment. And finally, if you're late on a payment, it could nullify the promotion and your interest gets loaded on immediately. The bottom line is that a balance transfer offer can save you a ton of money as long as you do your homework first and have a plan to pay it off. But if you go in blindly without reading the fine print and without a plan, It's possible to end up with even more debt than you started with. So think it through and do the math. If you have questions about balance transfer offers or want help figuring out if they're right for your budget, get in touch with me and let's work together. You can schedule a free consultation at chentsablechat.com. While you're there, check out my blog post series, The Diary of a Budgeter. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and connect with me anytime on MeWe, Parler, LinkedIn, Gab, or USA.life. Until next time, remember, do the math, live the life.